From the News Channel 5 Network, this is SportsLine.
Hey there, SportsLine on your television. Steve Lehman here with you. Glad you are here with us on this Monday night on News Channel 5 Plus. I think we got a cool show coming up for you tonight. Tim Corbin, the guest on this week's installment of Lunch with Lehman, presented by Springer Mountain Farms Fresh Chicken. We sat down at Chateau West last week. Thanks to Nathan and Alan over there for setting us up real nice. It was a good conversation, touching base on back-to-back trips to the College World Series Finals, a national championship a year ago, a runner-up finish this year in Omaha, and much more about the Vanderbilt baseball program and what Tim Corbin has been able to build over there. Just a fascinating conversation. We'll get to that through much of this hour. I also can take your phone calls here for maybe 10 minutes or so off the top of the show. 737-7767 is the number. Some news and notes from today. You've got the home run derby going on in Cincinnati, timed this year, and so far I'm liking it. I'm not sure exactly what I think about the bonus round and extra time added onto these timed rounds exactly, but so far I love the format of guys going head-to-head against one another. Just a few moments ago we saw the hometown kid, Todd Frazier, step it up for the Reds, and in essence hit what was a walk-off home run to beat Prince Fielder, a former home run derby champion. So I think you get some cool moments like that in this format, and I think we're going to see more throughout the night as they move from the round of 8 to start, semifinals down to the finals. So I think that's a good addition. Spices up the home run derby, changes a little bit, makes it fresh for the fans after all these many years. You've got your All-Star game tomorrow night in Cincinnati. Starting pitchers announced today. Zach Greinke, who's been incredible for the Dodgers this year, the former Sound, will start for the National League. Ned Yost, the American League manager, had a bunch of good options. He ends up going with Houston's Dallas Keuchel to start the game off. So it'll be Greinke against Keuchel. A couple of former Vandy boys on the American League roster. On the pitching staff, David Price will be available. Sonny Gray not going to pitch tomorrow night because he threw on Sunday. And if you throw on Sunday, you're not available to pitch in the All-Star game on Tuesday night. So Sonny's first All-Star game appearance just going to be as a spectator. David Price, though, we will expect to see at some point tomorrow night as he makes his 5th All-Star game trip. What a career he has had indeed. The U.S. about to take on Panama in the Gold Cup, bottom of the hour in Kansas City, trying to wrap up a perfect group stage. They haven't played perfectly, but they've won 2 games. They've already locked up the group. Now just a chance to keep that going as they get set for the knockout round at the Gold Cup. Anthony Bitetto re-signs with the Preds. He's a young guy, made his NHL debut last year, played 7 games with the Predators, signed again to a 2-way contract. AHL, NHL possibilities for Bitetto, but he will be back. Taylor Beck was, of course, traded yesterday to Toronto for Jamie Devane, and so now you add a big, burly forward, known for fighting a little bit, perhaps a little bit more toughness to the front lines for the Preds with the van. Phone lines open, 737-7767 is the number. Let's go to Jay. Jay, good evening. You're on SportsLine.
Hey, Steve. How you doing?
Doing well.
Good. Hey, I know it's SEC Media Days. I just wondered what your thoughts on those are. I know some of the coaches don't act like they're very, very happy to be there. And also the Auburn deal with Malzahn and Muschamp. Do you think that's a dangerous combination? I'll hang up and listen. Thanks.
Yeah, July is the one time of the year where college football coaches generally can get away for a little bit, and the SEC having media days way up here in the first half of the month still, I think perturbs some SEC coaches for sure. They've got a tough enough job as it is, and I think they feel like when they've got to go to this, then the season has already began, and they still want some more time to get ready for that. So I think you're right. I think not every coach is thrilled to go down there this time of year, but I think by and large the start of SEC Media Days is when you start to know the college football season is coming. As far as the Auburn question goes, I think Will Muschamp is a great hire. Whatever happened in Florida with him being a head coach, I think he's a great defensive mind, and you'll hear people say that, from Nick Saban to Mac Brown on down the list. I think Will Muschamp can make a big difference for that defense at Auburn. And that'll be big because you never doubt Gus Malzahn's offense. That's an offensive brand that when they get going can be as tough to stop as anybody in college football. And now if you get a really, really big-time defensive coordinator in there, that could be the magic duo right there for Auburn and fans down on the plains. It's going to be interesting to see Auburn and Alabama again this year. I think they're the cream of the crop in the West, probably in the entire SEC. The winner of the Iron Bowl probably is a participant in the college football playoff. If you look at it all on paper right now and sort of project out, that's the way it looks. So it's going to be a big year down there, and we'll see how big of an impact Will Muschamp can have on the Tigers. Philip, good evening. You're on SportsLine.
Hey. Oh, shoot. Jordan Spieth is a grown man on the golf course.
Sure is.
That's all I know. That dude is a stud. Tiger who? It is all about the Jordan Spieth world right now in the world of golf. That guy is an absolute stud, and I wouldn't be surprised if he wins the major this weekend. That guy is absolute class, phenomenal guy to watch strike a golf ball. I could watch him 7 days a week. Unbelievable. That kid is absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, fun to watch, and the maturity, too, at 21 years of age. Not just to be freakish in what he can do on the golf course, but the way that he can conduct himself and be under the spotlight of winning at 19 years of age or whatever it was 2 summers ago when he won the John Deere to first sort of bust onto the scene. But now the first 2 majors this year, and you're right, probably the favorite going over to St. Andrews now. That's a big-time spotlight, but he doesn't seem to mind it. He seems to be very comfortable in his skin at 21 years of age, both within his golf game and what he's got to do.
Yep, and him honoring that commitment to come back and play in the John Deere, you know, it sounded like a lot of people were kind of like, oh, you're bigger than this. No, that guy honored his commitment. He went out and played, and he didn't just play. He won it.
Yep.
That Jordan Spieth is absolutely a stud on the golf course, and I'm pulling for that guy 100%.
Yeah, I think it's great, and Philip, we appreciate the call. Love the fact that you've got Jordan Spieth coming on. Love the fact that Rory McIlroy has played well. It's too bad that he's hurt and won't be able to defend his title this week at St. Andrews and will be out for the foreseeable future here with this injury, but he's going to come back strong. He's got a lot of good years in front of him. To have those young guys, those young new personalities to the game, I think that's good. In this era where we don't know what Tiger is now and what he will be, to have some new stars to cheer for, it's good for the game of golf. All right, we need to take a break. We'll come back. We'll get into Lunch with Layman after this here on SportsLine.
This is a Storm 5 HD.